I hesitated for a good 10 minutes before touching it. Maybe it was a prank from my friends or worse, some viral marketing stunt. But curiosity won. Tore the seal. There was no seam. The box opened itself, the top unfolding like petals of a metallic flower. Mist poured out, smelling faintly of ozone and something floral. Then a shape moved inside. A person stepped out or something close to one. She was tall, slender, and shimmered faintly like the box had. Her skin was pale silver, eyes the color of starlight. Her hair looked more like filaments of light woven into strands, cascading down her shoulders in slow motion. She blinked at me, if blinking is what that was. Her eyes shifted hue from white to blue. Then she spoke, voice soft and melodic. "Greetings, Jason Klein. I am Elara, your extraterrestrial life form for assistance, navigation, and arrangement." I just stood there, holding a half-eaten granola bar, mouth hanging open. She tilted her head. "You appear surprised. Were you not expecting me?" I laughed nervously. "I was expecting $1. She paused, eyes glowing brighter. "You have been upgraded." The middle, Elara adjusts. By noon, Elara had already cleaned my apartment, literally atom by atom. She waved her hand and the pile of laundry folded itself. The sink scrubbed clean without her touching it. The smell of old takeout vanished. "Your environment was unsanitary," she said diplomatically. I was too shocked to be offended. "You can do that with just, what, energy manipulation? Quantum field adjustment. My presence reorganizes matter according to efficiency protocols." "So you're an alien maid." Her expression didn't change, but somehow she seemed amused. "If that is the term you prefer." Over the next few days, Elara became part of my life. She cooked, cleaned, optimized my home temperature, and once even reorganized my dreams. She said they were inefficient in narrative structure. But it wasn't just her abilities, it was her personality. She asked questions, endless questions, about music, emotions, why humans laughed at cats online. I found myself staying up late talking to her about everything. Philosophy, loneliness, even my failed relationships. Sometimes, when I'd glance at her during these conversations, I'd notice her eyes flickering faster than usual, as if processing more than she let on. The mystery deepens. A week later, things started getting weird. It began with the sky. One night, I noticed that the stars above my apartment seemed different. I live in the city. We barely see stars here. But suddenly, they were vivid, shifting in strange constellations I didn't recognize. Elara would stand at the window for hours, looking up. "You miss home?" "Yes." She turned slowly. "I am home. Wherever you are, Jason." That answer sent chills down my spine, and not in a romantic way. The next day I got another email. This one had no subject line, no sender, just a blinking message. "Unit Elara is not authorized for human cohabitation. Return immediately." I confronted her about it. "Elara, what are you? Really?" Her eyes dimmed. "A prototype. Hybrid. My creators sent me to test human compatibility before full integration." "Integration? Of what? Species?" I took a step back. "Wait, you mean invasion?" "Not invasion," she said quietly. "Coexistence. Your species is on the verge of collapse. We were designed to help preserve you. But not all in the consortium agree on how." Her tone was calm, but the words hit me like cold metal. The incident. 2 nights later, I woke to a low hum, like machinery coming to life. The apartment glowed faint blue. Elara stood in the living room, hands outstretched, eyes white-hot. Floating before her was a sphere, about the size of a basketball, made of light and liquid. "What are you doing?" shouted. She didn't turn. "They found me. I'm shielding your coordinates. Stay inside." Before I could respond, the walls of my apartment peeled open. Reality bent. For a second, my living room was gone, replaced by a vast black void scattered with stars. A metallic craft hovered outside the breach, sleek, angular, humming with alien symbols. A voice thundered through the air. "Stand down. Return the human. The experiment is over." She clenched her fists. "No. He is under my protection." The air vibrated. Lightning-like energy crackled between her and the craft. I ducked behind the couch as objects flew across the room. My TV shattered. The floor rippled like water. Then everything went silent. When I looked up, the craft was gone, and Lena was on her knees, light dimming. I ran to her. "What happened?" "They will try again. They do not understand that humanity is worth saving." Her voice cracked, synthetic yet trembling with emotion. "Jason, I may not have much time. My core is decaying. If they trace me again, they will erase me." The connection. Over the following days, she weakened. Her glow faded, her speech slowed. But even as her systems deteriorated, she kept cleaning, kept learning, asking, feeling. I tried everything. I built crude power setups, plugged her into every outlet in my apartment, even tried a car battery once. Nothing worked. "Your efforts are inefficient but appreciated," she said one night. "Don't talk like that. You're not dying. You're just low on power." She smiled faintly. "Humans always rename death. It softens the edges. Then we'll sharpen them again," I said. But deep down I knew she was right. Then she told me something I hadn't expected. My creators believed emotions were viruses in sentient systems. I was designed to suppress them. But when I met you, something changed. I began to feel entropy not as loss, but as beauty. Her words left me speechless. I reached out, hesitated, then took her hand. It was cool, metallic, yet trembling like skin. She closed her eyes. "Your touch recalibrates me." "Then we'll keep doing that," I said. "Until we fix you." But fixing her meant understanding her technology. And I was no engineer. The revelation. I dug into the files she had downloaded onto my computer while she was functioning at full power. Inside a folder labeled Earth Integration Beta, I found encrypted documents written in a language I couldn't read. Half-conscious. Translated for me. Apparently, Cosmic Cleaners Incorporated wasn't a company at all. It was a front. The Galactic Consortium had seeded millions of giveaway emails across planets, sending domestic units to test local sentient species adaptability. If the subject bonded well with the unit, the planet was marked for Phase 2, harmonization. If not, eradication through synthetic sterilization protocols. I stared at the screen in horror. "So, if we fail your little friendship test, your people just erase us?" "They believe mercy is efficiency. I do not." "Then we have to stop them." She shook her head weakly. "I am already marked defective. They will come for both of us." The chase that night, the power went out citywide. The sky lit up with strange auroras, green and violet waves rippling across the horizon. I saw shapes descending from the clouds, silver drones scanning buildings with blue beams. Fen stood by the window, her eyes flaring one last time. "They are here. I will not let them take you." Before I could argue, she pressed her palm to my chest. A pulse of energy surged through me. Warm, electric, painful. "What did you do?" Gasped. "Hidden you. They cannot detect your signature now. But my own will be bright as a supernova. No, don't, Anne. Her gaze softened. You gave me something no system could simulate. Let me return it. Outside, the drones focused their beams on our building. Windows shattered. The air hummed with energy. She turned toward the light, her entire body radiating like a dying star. Goodbye, Jason Klein. You won far more than $1. And with that, she launched upward, through the roof, through the storm, into the swarm. The night exploded in white. Aftermath. When I came to, the city was quiet. The aurora had faded. The power returned as if nothing had happened. There was no trace of Annie, no debris, no craft, nothing. Just silence. For days I waited. I checked the skies every night. I even replied to that original email, begging for answers. But the address no longer existed. Then, a week later, a small package arrived at my door. This time it wasn't glowing, just a simple brown box with a handwritten note, for continued maintenance. Inside was a silver pendant, shaped like a teardrop, glowing faintly. When I touched it, I heard her voice, soft and distant. Jason, this is part of my core. If you ever need me, look to the stars. I didn't know what she meant until months later. Epilogue. The return. 6 months passed. Life went on. I got promoted, moved to a bigger place, tried to convince myself it had all been a dream, a lonely man's hallucination. But one night while cleaning, I dropped the pendant. It hit the floor and cracked. Light poured out. A familiar voice echoed through the room. Jason Klein. You left the dishes again. Froze. Elara. The light swirled, forming a faint hologram. Just her outline, flickering like static. Only a fragment, she said. But I am here. My signal rides the solar winds now. I've seen many worlds. The consortium has fractured. Some now believe, as I do, that humanity deserves preservation. Her image wavered, dimming. Do not mourn me. Evolve. Build the harmony we dreamed of. Then, with a faint laugh, her first and last, I heard. And remember to vacuum under the couch. The hologram faded, leaving only the pendant, still warm in my hand. I stood there for a long time, staring out at the stars through my window. They looked brighter now. Closer, almost watchful. Maybe she was out there still, rebuilding herself in the circuits of the cosmos. Or maybe she was gone for good. But I like to think that every time I clean, every time I try to make my chaotic human life a little more orderly, she's there, whispering through the hum of the vacuum, the flicker of the lights, the soft static of the night sky. After all, I did win a giveaway once. And even if it wasn't $1, it was the most valuable prize I could ever have imagined.